Hey guys, Cindy Williams here from careersonvacation.com. I have the amazing Jess from Vita Travel Co. this morning. Jess, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome. So you recently participated in our Careers on Vacation program. You're graduating. I can't believe that 12 weeks went so fast.
I know it did. It really went super fast.
So awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about where you were before taking the program and where your business is now.
Okay. Well, before taking the program, I really didn't have much experience in the travel industry. We just traveled a lot and I loved it. And it was a big hobby of mine. And I always kind of wondered what it would be like to be in the travel industry. So I was lucky enough to be partnering up with another agency, and she just graciously took me on board without having any experience. And I really kind of had free reign to explore the industry, and I started to realize how much I loved it and that it really could become a career and not just a hobby for me. So then fast forward about a year later, after working with that agency, I was kind of starting to get discouraged because I just felt like there was more that I could be doing, and I wanted just not only more education about, suppliers and whatnot, but how could I be a better agent? I just felt like I was missing some things that could really help me as an agent. And so I stumbled across your videos on Facebook, and I just started watching those, and I know I told you I just was binge
You're a
watching.
binge watcher. I love
Yes,
it. Like we're on Netflix,
I
right?
wanted more and more information, and there was one particular video that kind of sealed it for me, and it was a video where you were explaining Legos, and you're using the analogy of Legos and how I could dump out all these pieces that I knew were out there, but I just didn't know how to put them all together. So I could read an instruction manual and get it done more quickly, more efficiently, and well the first time, or I could take my time trying to piece it together. And that was exactly how I felt. So that really led me to kind of just take that leap of faith and go for it.
Yeah, and I remember like you were so ready to kind of like spread your wings and
Yes.
you had that first year of learning, which is great, but it's I want to do this and I want to do it right now. So how do I put all of these pieces together so I can be successful sooner rather than later? And it can take years, because really we do two things. You have to treat your business like a real business. You have to know that going in. And then there's the skill of becoming a fantastic travel professional. So teaming those two together. But that's great. That little video with my son, that's still one of our most watched videos. People love that one, because whether you're hosting or whether you've been in the business we have people for 20 years and they're like, help me, figure out the pieces to put it together. What's the roadmap? So boom, let's get down to the business of booking travel. So I love that video too. So I'm glad that was a win for you. So tell me a little, what do you think your biggest win or celebration was going through the program?
Well, honestly, just starting from scratch, not having my own agency, just starting at ground zero. And by 12 weeks, now I have a fully operational agency. I have my own name, my own logo. I have clients coming to me. And each time it's just a big celebration for me, because I'm like, it's really happening.
It's working.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would be my greatest win, is that I have my own agency and it's fully operational.
And you followed all the steps. We got your branding really dialed in exactly how you wanted it to look and feel and speak to that high-end client, which is so important, because having regular leads come in and the right quality leads is what makes the difference between a super agency and just kind of hanging out doing this as a hobby. So your branding turned out gorgeous. We're going to splice in a picture of your logo right here in the video so people can see. And by the way, if you're watching this, we're going to link Jess's information below so you can follow her on Instagram, social, all that good stuff, so you can check out, because her brand turned out amazing. Congratulations to you. You did the work, you followed the process, and it came out just perfect. So in our program, Jess, we do a lot of mindset work, because we work in solo environment, we're entrepreneurs, we don't have that person next to us, but understanding the difference of wearing your agent hat versus your owner hat can be a big transition in business, and then in life. Mindset work helps as well. So tell us how the mindset work in the program impacted you.
Sure. Well, and honestly, in so many different ways, just because what you tell yourself is so important. So, what are you feeding into your mind? And one of the affirmations that has really stood out to me is, I am fully capable of learning something new every day. Because, for me, like when I don't know what I don't know, and then once I figured out what I don't know and need to learn, then I would want to try to do everything at once. And I would get so overwhelmed and not go anywhere. So, or I felt like it had to be perfect before I could move on. And really just telling myself, number one, you're fully capable, you can do this. Number two, okay, just pick a few things each day, just show up every day, whether it's my business or it's, my home life, whatever area of my life that I'm speaking to, just show up, do those three things every day, learn something new every day, and you're going to continue to go forward towards those end goals.
And I want to bring up, without mentioning any names, but early on in the program, you had some, let's just say, exterior people saying, you can't really do this, and almost like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't, like, just worried for you, and kind of maybe out of a place of concern, which is wonderful. But you and I had a lot of conversations about that, getting past that block of, people are telling me I can't do it. So you had to step up and go, so how did that piece, how did you go through that process of getting where, you're feeling like the world is against you to like, no, I'm going to run my own company. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, really just like listening to that voice inside me of knowing that, yes, you can. Like the world's going to try to tell you that you can't. And you have to be able to tell yourself, yes, I can. Like, it's okay if there's fear. Like, if you're going to let fear rule your life, then you're never going to move forward. So just go for it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You just have to take that leap of faith and go for it.
Yep. And you did that mindset work. Like, we went back and forth a little bit, but you were like, you know what? I'm trusting that inner voice. I'm going to put this mindset work in place. And I think that gave you the confidence to kind of burst into this amazing reality where 12 weeks later, you have a fully robust running business. So good for you for doing the work. Was it hard for you at the beginning, Jess, to kind of jump into the program, or were there any other hurdles that you had to kind of go through to start?
It was. I mean, I was always, in our first discovery call, I'm like, I'm in, count me in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in that sense, I've always been wanting to jump in, but knowing, I've been a stay-at-home mom, and I really haven't worked for the past couple of years, and I want to do this myself. So how am I going to do this myself with staying at home? And so I had to put a plan in place of, okay, this is what I need to do in order to get it off the ground. And once again, it was just that faith of carrying myself, like the faith carrying me through of, I've got my plan in place, and now just trust that plan is going to work and continue to go step by step in order to make it work, I guess, knowing that like failure for me isn't an option. So I'm going to make it work. And
when you have little failures, you just learn from them, and then you move on and you do it bigger and better the next time. It's all, in the end, this is going to be successful because you have the roadmap, you have it all lined out, your mindset is in the right place, and guess what? Leads are coming in, you have a beautiful company, it's all working out, right? Just like you said early on in the program. So with Careers on Vacation, the mastermind in general, would you recommend the program to others who are in your same position?
Yeah, I absolutely would recommend it to anyone in my same position. The mastermind was something that really surprised me too, because I wasn't sure how that was going to go, being in a group of other agents and kind of being self-conscious of different questions that I had. Like I said, I still felt very new to the industry. And so are these questions going to make me, how's that going to make me sound? I asked these questions, but once I got into it and you're in that group with agents who are brand new, just like you are, agents who have been in the game for, 8 years and more, who have their own agencies. It was so amazing because I left every single mastermind feeling inspired. I'd learned something from the other people in the group. It was just one big think tank that I looked forward to every time we had a mastermind.
Yeah, and you have those calls recorded too. So when you fast forward and you start to have bigger teams, like the bigger companies who are involved in the mastermind, now you can refer back to that and go, oh, here's how you do recruiting. Here's how you put compensation together. Here's how you do all these pieces. Yeah. So yeah, that's why we put the mastermind together, because you can learn, this is not like a set it and forget it program. It's not something you buy and then it sits in your computer or sits on the shelf. It's interactive. There's accountability built in, and the access to not only me, but access to the group during the program. And then you get moved into the grad group, which is awesome. So we have that, we're building this beautiful community, this beautiful tribe of everyone who is building rock star travel businesses. And so, the cool kids club, right?
Right. There's just a ton of support.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the mastermind calls also, I think it's so great to go, okay, we put this into practice now. Can you look at it for me? Can you see, is it performing properly, just to make sure all those because there's so many it goes back to the Legos analogy, right? Right. So if I'm building my tower with the Legos, can you check it to make sure the foundation is good? So exactly. I love that analogy. We have to use that all the time. So great. Mm-hmm. So what would you tell people who are like sitting on the fence? Like right now they're like, oh, should I jump in? Should I not?
Yeah, do it. You absolutely jump in, do it. Just take that one step that's going to propel you forward, because it's worth it.
Absolutely. And investing, I think the other thing women struggle with, particularly because we are about 80-90% women in the group. But we think of it as, it's not a pair of shoes that you're buying. Like, you're running a business. You're going to run a bit. So it's not necessarily a luxury. People invest in, programs and, consultants and things like that, or whatever whatever the thing is. Maybe Careers on Vacation isn't for you, move on to the next one. But if this resonates with you and Jess's story resonates with you, and you're kind of sitting in that same place, I always say, do you want your business to be in the same place 6 months from now, 12 months from now? What tools can we give you to get you to that next level, to kind of break those barriers? So, well, that's awesome, Jess. And you have such fun stuff coming up. So you're going to Hawaii soon. You're planning that now.
Yep, we're planning a trip to Hawaii this fall. So I went through the Hawaiian Destination Specialist program. So I'm really eager to go out there and see all that for myself.
Super awesome. Yeah. And you went to Mexico while you were in the program.
Yes, we were able to travel and still take the program. I took everything with me, so it's portable.
And didn't we teach you some great tips on things to do while you're there for expert positioning, how to build creative? So you had all of that before you left, so you were like, ooh, I can create some cool content, right?
Exactly, right.
Yes. And you're going to see us in Disney. You're coming to our next event. Yes, we're having our huge retreat in Disney, so we're going to see you there. And you're going to go in the grad group for your continued education now. So that's super awesome as well. Well, Jess, thank you so much for participating in the program. You've been a pleasure from day 1 to the end of day 12. You always ask great questions. It's been such a beautiful journey to really watch you build this from. I always say it's like having a baby. Like, you have this idea, and then it becomes like when you get your logo, it becomes like the ultrasound, and then we grow, and then 12 weeks, it's like, here it is. And you launched way before the 12 weeks in terms of, you were making bookings like how many weeks in, would you say? A couple weeks in?
Yeah. I mean, it was week 3 or 4, I was making some bookings. Yeah.
Fantastic. So you have just a beautiful business started. I can't wait to see you grow, and I'll always be, of course, your cheerleader. So we wish you so much love and abundance. It's been so great to work with you, Jess.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.